Before I continue, I wish to pause and reflect upon the path I have chosen, for the path of one who plays the hero, going it alone, is truly a lonely one, as it ever was. Like a prophet wandering in from the wilderness, preaching the gospel according to interstellar space travel is how I feel. What makes me any different from a million other madmen that came before? In one word, evidence. Objective and verifiable. I am a scientist, not a prophet, but I know before the end I will make an argument that is the sum total outcome of evolution extrapolated to its most infinite conclusion. Not in a million years as a scientist would I have ever dreamt that I would dare to make such a reasoned argument, for it is the domain of faith. You see, in my quest for the Holy Grail of physics, I may have accidentally identified a possible relic which most ironically could be best described as an anti-grail, as I struggle with the same demons that plagued Darwin and for the exact same reasons. But I must concede that I am going to use the word evidence in a very loose, almost reckless manner. In a sense, I am like an artist who is trying to paint a grand picture of everything. The picture is young, and the brushstrokes are coarse, and the paint another scientist's lifetime's worth of work. But I take a shortcut without paying due respect to the required rigorous mathematical analysis that is required. Indeed, from my own point of view, I look at mathematics and ask, just exactly how much do we not currently know? Or let me put that another way. You've heard of the trigonometric functions, sine and cosine, along with their hyperbolic representations. The buttons and functions are there on every scientific calculator. But what about the parabolic sine and cosine functions? What about them? And why is space-time just that, space-time? What is the underlying mechanism? Straight is straight for a reason, and so our universe is flat. And from the start, I will begin my argument by saying that fractal geometry is the underlying cosmological principle, whereas the foundational stone upon which the current lambda CDM model is based states that at a sufficiently large enough scale, the universe is isotropic and homogeneous. Skipping convention of peer review publication, I wish to paint this picture of mine for you. For in each brushstroke of this picture I will be drawing from the portfolios of science as it currently stands. Each stroke a lifetime worth of dedication to any one person. For I have, at the time of writing this, stand alone postulating a singular vision of all of creation and beyond. This picture I wish to paint for you. So, I put it out there, for any and all to see, as this is the first step towards peer review, the start of the conversation, all the while selling the impossible dream. Interstellar space travel is possible, economical, and for all. And that is but one application. In addition, I will have to step outside the confines set by scientific discord, for I know what I witnessed in my mind's eye in the genesis of this idea. Discoverers of great ideas have been known to say that it was not them who spawned their idea, even though they were the first to speak of it. Rather, they turned to a higher power other than themselves. I stand with them, but at a great extreme. For in the internal narrative of my mind and soul, invisible to all but my imagination, I have walked and acted in places where only the gods themselves may tread. And so I was led to ask questions about the fundamental truth of my humanity. What I found shocked and scared me right down to the very core of my being as I tried to rationalize the impossibly irrational. But this very personal tale of mine I feel I must be given voice, even though I may invite scorn and disbelief. I do so because to be silent on such a thing would be to cover up what I feel is the greatest truth of our humanity. For as cold, hard, and reasoned as science is, in showing and demonstrating external objective truth without laying forth my own testimony, as shy as I am, sings volumes more to the truth about my own humanity and the existence of my soul. For upon the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden, where it all began, I did but carve my initials upon the tree. But this is an argument I will back, having seen and witnessed too much. For the sacred geometry that is the structure of the cosmos is echoed again and again since the dawn of man upon our most sacred and religious sites. And from my point of view, it is to be found in all the major religions of the world. When it came to my own, Christianity, I still sit in numb, shell-shocked silence, my eyes and mind blinking in disbelief at what I have witnessed, and give thanks that I was blessed with a sense of humour. For before the end, you'll never look at history and yourself in the same light. We have always known the truth deep down within us, and this has always been our one true constant throughout the ages. That is our humanity.